All right, let's get right into it. We're about to jump back in time like 2,500 years to crack open a mystery that's tucked away inside this incredible ancient story. And this story, wow, it's got everything. A terrifying serial killer, a super calm teacher, and believe it or not, a single baffling word that changes the whole game. And right at the very center of it all, there's a riddle.
So get this. Those are the words the Buddha says, while he's literally walking down a road, being chased by a murderer. Think about that for a second. A man who is actively moving, walking, claims he's standing perfectly still. How does that even work? It sounds totally impossible, right? A complete contradiction? And that, right there, is the puzzle we are going to solve together.
But, to really get this riddle, we have to first understand the other guy in this story, the one doing the chasing. So, who exactly was this Aṅgulimāla? And why on earth was he so terrifying that just saying his name would send shivers down your spine?
Yeah, the ancient texts are, well, they're pretty blunt about it. They don't pull any punches. Aṅgulimāla wasn't just a bad guy. He was an absolute monster. We're talking cruel and bloody-handed, merciless to all living beings. This guy literally made entire villages just disappear. And the most gruesome part? He wore a garland, a necklace made from the fingers of the people he killed. I mean, no wonder he was the most feared man in the entire kingdom. So, okay, try to picture this. You've got Aṅgulimāla, armed to the teeth, looking for his next victim. And then he spots him, this single figure, just walking calmly down the road. You can almost hear him thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. He grabs his sword, starts running, and he's probably thinking this whole thing will be over in like 5 seconds. But then, something happens that just doesn't make any sense. Aṅgulimāla. And remember, this is a guy who is supposedly fast enough to catch running elephants, even chariots. He's sprinting with everything he's got. And somehow, he can't catch up to the Buddha, who is just walking at a normal pace. It's completely impossible, right? It's this moment that just shatters everything Aṅgulimāla thinks he knows about how the world works. So he's totally exhausted, completely bewildered, and he finally just yells out in frustration, "Stop! Ascetic, stop!" And this is the moment the Buddha delivers that baffling reply we started with. And this is where it all comes together. This is the heart of the mystery. You have to understand, this wasn't just some clever comeback. The Buddha was known for being incredibly precise with his words. Every word had a purpose. So, what was he really saying? What kind of deeper truth was he trying to show this killer, right there in the middle of the road? Okay, so the key, the one thing that unlocks this whole puzzle, is hidden inside one single ancient word from the Pali language, the word tito. Now, to figure this out, we've got to look at it in 2 different ways. First, we'll check out the simple, straightforward dictionary definition. But then we're going to go deeper. We're going to use an ancient way of understanding language to find out what that word really meant to the people who spoke it back then. All right, let's start with layer 1, the dictionary translation. If you were to look up the word tito in a Pali dictionary, you'd find exactly what you'd think. It means to be physically standing. Stationary, not moving. Simple enough. But that's what creates the paradox, right? Because the Buddha is moving. So Aṅgulimāla hears this, and he's just thinking, wait, what? That makes no sense.
So, the dictionary definition just leads us to a dead end. This is where things get really interesting. We're going to use this incredible tool from ancient Indian linguistics called Niruti. And this isn't just about finding another definition in a book. Think of it more like linguistic archaeology. We're digging down past the surface, all the way to the word's ancient root, to uncover the powerful meaning it had 2,500 years ago.
And when we do that, boom, the whole riddle cracks wide open. See, the ancient root of tito is a word sta. And sta doesn't just mean to physically stand. It means something much deeper. It means to be established, to be firm or grounded. It's not about what your body is doing, it's about your inner state. It's about being totally unwavering in your principles.
So when you put these 2 meanings side by side, everything just clicks into place. The dictionary meaning, that's about the body's motion, physically standing still. But that deeper root meaning, that's about the mind's ethics, being spiritually firm and stable. The Buddha wasn't talking about his legs at all. He was talking about his spirit, his unshakable moral foundation.
And what's amazing is the Buddha then lays it all out for him. He basically says, look, I am sthito, I am established and still, because I've put down my weapons against every living thing. But you, Aṅgulimāla, you are completely unrestrained. He's drawing a massive contrast here. My mind is at peace, but your mind, it's running wild, chasing violence and cruelty.
And that right there, that's Aṅgulimāla, a perfect picture of being unrestrained. Even when his feet finally stop moving, his mind is just a hurricane of chaos. It's constantly running, chasing after anger, after violence, after causing more pain. On the inside, he is never, ever still.
But the Buddha? He's the complete opposite. His body might be walking, but his mind? It's perfectly calm. It's firm. It is established in a place of complete non-violence. He's fundamentally at peace, anchored in this ethical stillness that absolutely nothing can shake. That is what he meant by standing still.
For Aṅgulimāla, hearing this is like a lightning strike to the soul. In one single moment, it all makes sense. He finally sees the violent storm inside his own mind and compares it to the profound peace he's being shown. And his reaction? It's immediate. He literally throws his weapons away, bows at the Buddha's feet, and in that instant his entire life pivots onto a new path.
You know, later on, when the local king finds out what happened, he is just completely floored. He says something like, "This is astounding. The very man my entire army couldn't tame with swords and force was completely transformed by an idea?" It just goes to show, this wasn't about being overpowered. It was a change that came from wisdom, not from a weapon.
And that really brings us to the big takeaway here. This incredible story, it's not just about a supernatural chase or some clever wordplay. It's a powerful reminder that there are layers of meaning hidden inside the words we use every single day. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other powerful, life-changing ideas are we all running right past just because we haven't taken a moment to stop and really understand what they mean?